Save or splurge? Would you choose the Louis Vuitton Metis or the Coach Cassie? Hello everyone, welcome back to another mommy review where I review all things for love of. Today I'm checking out a comparison between two bags that's been so popular, and it is the Coach Cassie versus the Louis Vuitton Metis. Now, I know these bags have been popular for a number of years now, but I think I'm a little bit slow to the party and just getting onto the bandwagon and just checking out these bags now. And I'm debating between whether I should spend the money on a Coach Cassie versus spending the money on a Louis Vuitton Pochette Metis. So before I get on with the comparison and the differences and similarities, if you like the content on this channel, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. It'll really mean a lot. Thank you so much for considering. And for those of you who are already subscribers to the channel, thank you for joining me in this journey in discovering handbags and fashion and all things for the love of. So on with the video. Now, Louis Vuitton Pochette Metis was first initially released in 2012. I believe it's a remake of an older version of a Louis Vuitton bag, and since then it's kind of earned a status of one of the most desired bags for the brands even now at this time. But in 2019, Coach came out with the Coach Cassie, which is a very strong contender for the bag given their similarities in rectangular silhouette and the rounded corners. To be honest, I know there's a lot of debate about which came first. Was it the Coach or was it the Louis Vuitton brand that came out with the design of the bag? I think that given the structure of the bag and the design of it is pretty simplistic. I don't know, it seems like a very classic design that can come from any fashion house. I'm not really too worried about which came first. I think at the end of the day, it depends on you love what you love, right? So going back, I guess I'm gonna first go over some of the similarities and then I'll go into differences, specifically into the functionality, material, style, and price, and at the end, talk a little bit about how to decide between the two bags. The first one, of course, is the Louis Vuitton Pochette Metis, currently priced at $3,250 Canadian for this canvas bag. It does come in 4 different versions, you can see there, and they have this one that is the empreinte leather. Beautiful, isn't it? It is really durable as well, with the 3 compartment inside, and of course they have the reverse monogram, which is just a stunning design as well. I love the reverse monogram. It's something a little different if you are looking for something rather than classic LV monogram. And of course, last but not least, they have this bicolor monogram emperor leather that I think really stands out when you're out and about. And I love the interior color for this one. So you can see overall the price for a full leather one is $3,800 Canadian, as opposed to a canvas one that's $3,250. So price differences aside, similarities without a doubt is that both bags have the top handle that you will see right here, and then they also have a detachable strap. I think one of the main difference in terms of functionality to mention is that the Cassie has a open back slip pocket that you can see right here. Easy for you to go get in and out of. Whereas if you look at the Metis, the back pocket is actually a zipper back pocket. So it's a little bit added security. The other thing to focus on for differences is that for the Metis, you can see that the removable detachable strap is actually adjustable, whereas the one for Coach, the strap is actually not adjustable, which I was really shocked by. I feel like these are the little details that are not hard to add, and it makes such a difference because for everyone, we're all different heights, and it's important for the crossbody to kind of sit at the right hip height so that it's not too low, not too high, and it's comfortable for the wearer. So I'm surprised they didn't even bother thinking about adding an adjustable strap for that. With that said, I think those are some of the functional differences between the Cassie and the Metis, given that the the Cassie will have the open back pocket and also the non-adjustable strap. Aside from that, material wise, you can see that Louis Vuitton will have the canvas as well as the leather version available, whereas I think for the Coach Cassie, they do have the leather one as well as this one in their signature canvas. Aside from that, I have heard a lot of glazing issues associated with the Pochette Metis, especially with this area here, and cracking issues. I know they've tried to ramify it, but overall, like, I'm a little bit worried about that given the amount of money you're putting into a Louis Vuitton bag to have issues of a bag. The other issues associated with just the material, maybe even the design, is that if you focus on the clasp closure for the Metis, I think it's really prone to scratching. Whereas the Coach one here, I think for the Coach one, the C closure, the turn lock closure is definitely a little bit more wear resistant. So that's something to be mindful of if you're worried about scratching the closure on the bag. I do like the Coach turn lock closure. It is a little bit hard to get in and out of and opening it just because of the C that surrounds it that's kind of beveled in. But that's not to say that the Metis has no flaws either. If you look at the closure itself, you do have to push on both sides to open the clasp, and you kind of have to fidget and make sure it goes in the right way. In terms of style wise, the Coach one has the classic C closure, whereas this one you can see is a loud and proud Louis Vuitton print, but of course you can get something more subtle like the empreinte leather. So overall, besides some of those difference in function, material, and style, I think the main difference, of course, is the price. For a full leather bag is $3,600 for the empreinte monogram leather, as opposed to a Coach one. This one is sold out, but it's $212.50 Canadian. Currently at the Coach website right now, they have $360 for the signature canvas one. I think from time to time you're going to see leather version in specific colors that will come out, but definitely a big price difference. At the end of the day, which bag would you choose? Would you try for the try and true Louis Vuitton Metis, or would you go for the Coach Cassie? A great everyday bag as well. I think both are great classic structure bag, fantastic option with good wear, especially in the leather version. I should probably also mention about the sizing between the two bags. They are very, very similar. And the compartments inside are pretty similar. The Coach one does have an extra zipper compartment, which is missing in the Metis version, which have the added security if that's what you're looking for. But it has a top flap already for the bag with a secure closure, so I don't know if it makes a big difference for some of us. As I'm looking at the Coach website, I realize some of the Coach Cassie has 2 compartments and like extra slip pocket inside, so it seems to differ depending on which version of Cassie you're looking at on the website. It's been a couple years since these 2 bags have been released, but I still find them very popular and they're more readily available as they were a couple years ago. I do think that the silhouette and the design of bag really attests to be a really timeless design that will still age well over the years and possibly something you can pass down to the next generation. I think both bags are fantastic. So that's my quick review of Louis Vuitton's Metis versus Coach Cassie. Which team are you on? Are you on Team Coach versus Team Louis Vuitton? I would love to know. And if you have any of these bags, how do you find the wear and how did you decide between the two? And that's all for today. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you next time in another mommy review. Take care and stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.